So, who are these entities we're channeling? Hey guys, it's John. I'm here sitting in my studio once again with my lovely mug of coffee. I feel like Vanna White. I got a challenge thrown down, a gauntlet thrown at my feet this morning, and made me laugh out loud because, first of all, it's a question that I've talked about so many times on my channel. It's not funny, so I've already answered this question multiple times. But obviously, it's not available enough for people to find. So let me go ahead and answer it. Here's the question. Who are these entities that are channeling through humans? I think there's no filter and the information is a direct link to the entity channeling. Seems like a lot of these entities are using more than one human. There is no way to validate the identity of an entity channeling. Test the spirits, discern the spirits. Good luck with that. What I'd like to do is first share a story. It's a story I've told many times, but I'll tell it again here so that it's with this topic. Many years ago, I was doing a private session just south of me here in Canton, Ohio. And while I was talking to the lady, I started to see an aura beside her. And as I started focusing my attention there, I felt this wash of love over me. And Gabriel, which is an ancient pronunciation of the word Gabriel, started speaking through me. And I had never done that before in my life. I've never had that full channeling experience like that. And I'm feeling this love and this compassion. I came in with a different voice, different accent, speaking in archaic terminology, and very, very, at the time, very freaky for me. I was like, I didn't know what this was. When that channeling piece ended, I fell out of that pure love back into my fears and anxieties, and I started weeping. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the experience was. I didn't understand it. So what I did was I grabbed some trusted friends, and we started having private sessions without other people we didn't know. And we just started opening up, and I would let Gabriel come in and talk. And this went on for months. About the third month, Gabriel stops referring to me in third person. He used to say, well, John would do this, and John thinks that. About the third month, he stopped referring to me in third person and started saying, John I, John I, John I. One of the ladies in the group said, why are you saying John I? Asked, why are you saying John I? And it was explained to us that we're all in the oneness of God, and that within that oneness of God, there's many different identities, but none of them are necessary to get information. What makes them come through in that form, in that channeling form, is not them coming to us. It's us needing them because we don't feel worthy and we don't feel that divine information can come through us. And so our own self-doubt, our own self-worth kind of latches on to an external entity for us to speak to, because we can't speak directly to the divine in our self-doubt and our self-worth. And what was happening with me was, over the course of time, I was becoming more comfortable with information flowing through, and the entity, and I'm saying this specifically with quotes around it, because people use that word in a very unique way, but the entity was fading away because I no longer needed the entity. And it's a really interesting thing, and I talked about this in my Abraham video I did. If you look at her early videos, she's talking with an accent, she's talking with different physicality, and later on, her last videos, it's just her talking, right? She's gotten really comfortable in this bringing information through herself. Now, I'm not sure what her beliefs are still, but I know if I created a business around the name Abraham and suddenly I was speaking clearly and divinely, I couldn't stop saying it was Abraham, right? For me, what happened was with Gabriel, after that John I incident, we kept going forward, and I got more and more comfortable with just speaking. And what was really interesting was that big crash from love back to fear became so much easier. There was no more weeping and crying. It was just information at that point. It wasn't. It was about my own self-worth, my own self-doubt, needing an external entity. Now let's talk about the word entity. People like to make stories up around entities. They like to think, evil entities, good entities, entities. People want to give entities human attributes, good, evil, those sorts of things. But in reality, it's just the oneness of God and our own filter that's bringing information through. And the entities are our own self-doubt and our own self-worth not feeling as if we can bring that information through. What happens is being part of that oneness of God. In Hinduism, the consciousness of God is the Sit, C-I-T, and we're the Sit Sat Ki, the individual sparks of consciousness within. Many people will look at the quote-unquote entities and they'll look for dubious intent. And in reality, all information is coming through. It's coming through your filter. So if there's dubious intent, then I would say it's probably out of your own fears and anxieties that there's dubious intent. To test the spirits, discern the spirits. This whole question in front of me is about who are these entities. It's like I'm unsure of these questions about who these people are. And even your next line here, I think there's no filter and the information is a direct link to the entity channeling. I think the entity channeling is a direct link to your own belief about your self-worth and your self-doubt. And you tap into an entity specifically so that you can bring information through. But you don't need middlemen. You don't need entities. You don't need spirit guides. You don't need any of it. You are connected to God in every moment of every day. God is found at the bottom of every breath. That's your breath. Right there. That feeling is the touch of God. And the more you focus on staying in that beautiful, loving baseline that's relaxed, the more your world relaxes around you. And the more you realize that is touching God at the bottom of every breath, there are no entities that will come to you because you are directly connecting. So when I have a question like this, I want to come on and answer it right away because there's a lot of people who get so fearful about channeling and entities and trickster spirits. I heard that one the other day. It's all the filters of the mind bringing information through. And that's my thought of this. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.